Good. Had a good scrimmage. Practice 8, just like that. It's over. It's first scrimmage for us. It was good to be in the stadium, but the guys were really excited. And only 2 practices this week, heading into Easter weekend. Then next week and week after we finish up with our other 7. So a little over 2 weeks is all we got. It's going fast, but really like the way that we've come along here in the last 3-4 practices in particular. I think each side of the ball, continue to see the things that they're strong at and continue to work on the areas where we can improve. And so mindset's where it needs to be. Guys just going to work, and you saw that today. So no matter what the scenario was, and from my standpoint as a head coach, you want that give and take, and that's exactly what we had today. So I felt good about it. Each side, always wants it a little bit better, just because there were some missed opportunities here and there they could have taken advantage of. But really good job by our guys coming out and competing. Thought we played very physical today. And that's what you're going to get when you get out there and it's live. But execution always can be better. I'd expect that improvement from practice 1 to practice 2. But for the most part, I was really pleased with where we're at. Questions?
Coach, what are you looking for during these spring scrimmages and keeping a closer eye on that indicate the team and the staff is progressing well?
Yeah, I think it's just the simulation of a game, and so substitutions, this is the best time when you can really, get an idea of how we're going to substitute. And, the officials out there, we have some officials every practice, but the real orchestration of Holt standing over the ball when we get a sub, defense, matching those substitutions, playing the down and distance, knowing the situation we're in. So a lot to teach off of. We ran probably about 85 to 90 plays today. So a lot of good teaching that we can get there. And, that was probably as good a first scrimmage as I could have hoped for.
How did Jalen Milrow look out there today? And could you update us on Jalen Hale as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jalen Milrow has been super consistent. He's done a good job, I think, of just playing ball. And, he's got that dual skill set, being able to run and throw. And, now that we have enough things in where he can utilize all of that, you can see even the play calling working around what he brings to the table. And he's tough to handle. He's just so extremely fast. And, you think you kind of got him bottled up, and he just runs right around you. So he's done a really good job. I think he's getting more and more comfortable with the offense every day, especially when it comes to the pass game. But there's just things where he has options to make a play with his feet. And he's done that, I think, at the right time, and being more and more comfortable just playing the game, and finding ways to move the chains, converting when he needs to convert, taking the shots when he needs to take the shots. So I'm really proud of the way he's come along. I think as far as just an update on Jalen Hale, he did have a significant knee injury, and he'll be down for the spring. But there's, some evaluation that will still take place to kind of figure out what that timeline will be, as far as the rest of the year and so forth.
Aside from Jalen Milrow on the other quarterbacks, how do you split up reps on a day like today, and how are they progressing consistent with what you like?
Yeah. For the most part, Jalen Milrow took the ones to get all the quarterbacks the reps that we want to, and we're trying to get them all, a significant number in a scrimmage like this. There are times when other guys can take the reps with the ones as well. So that's no indication on, who's at what spot, 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're just trying to get those guys reps. And it's good to see guys operating not just with their group, maybe that people would see him at the 1s or the 2s or the 3s. And so, he did, a nice job. And all those guys, I actually thought the quarterbacks in general did a really good job making some throws, staying with plays, checking protections, just feeling really comfortable back there and not trying to do too much. They never turned the ball over once today, which I think is a really good sign. That says a lot. And when they had chances to make throws, they went and put it in a spot where, the offensive player could compete for it. And threw some nice touchdown passes in there too. So it was really good all around for the quarterbacks.
What did you see from the backfield, and how would you differentiate those backs? How do they complement each other in terms of their skill set?
Yeah, I think they're all very diverse. And so as far as complementing, where you have a more physical and a speed guy, I don't know if we have that great of disparity between all of them. I think they all can do everything that we want. They fit really our offense very well because they can come out of the backfield and catch the ball. To me, for these guys, there is a downhill physicality that I think they really have, but they have the ability to also, make the jump cut, get to the outside, turn on the speed, and in the backfield, come out and we just find a way to get them touches. And that's what our offense really does, is find ways to get the ball to the best players in space. And the running back position, especially right now for us, is certainly a strength when it comes to the athleticism. So there's not a lot of different qualities. I mean, you can say one guy does this a little bit differently or better. But in the end, I feel like the offense can operate with all of them, and you really don't have to change what you're doing based on who's in the backfield.
Coach, can you evaluate the wide receivers today and evaluate kind of how they are coming along, understanding your system?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is too, we're just rotating those guys through, trying to give a lot of guys chances to work with the different quarterbacks. And so they've all kind of rotated with the ones, they've all rotated kind of with the twos, just a lot of reps to split up. And so I think they're really picking up the offense. We tried to keep it simple and let them play today. But when I look back to the previous practices, we were able to incorporate a lot of what we really want to do with them. And, not just short passes, but be able to push the ball down the field. And they've time and time again, found ways to win and then finish the play by catching it. And tonight, some nice plays today where they broke some tackles too. And the yards after catch were impressive. And that's on the quarterbacks, ball placement, offensive line with protection to be able to get the ball there. So really pleased with the progress. We're never going to say we're there yet, especially 8 practices in. To me, the passing game, when it's done right, there's some intricacies and there's some nuances that just take a lot of reps. And so as far as that's concerned, we're far from where we need to be, but the progress is where you want it.
Look like you maybe got a little nicked up. Did you get physical out there today?
Am I nicked up? What I got going on here? So I think I'm good.
Okay. Just the pass protection. How do you see the offensive line today?
Yeah, I think that was one area, and I think it's a matchup, right? I think we have a strength there on our defense with just probably the one area where we could have been a little bit better offensively. I think defensively, I looked at it, and we had a strong pass rush. Offensively, I think we had a great run game. And so, those areas, those sides of the ball did a really good job. So, I can't say it's like a weakness at this point, but it's something that we just want to continue to work on.
Just defensively, Coach, I'm not a great inside linebackers in the room, but how has Jeremiah Alexander grown throughout the spring?
Yeah, I just really love the way he flies around. He plays with passion, intensity, physicality too. It's pretty serious thing. It's pretty serious stuff when he's out there and on the football field. And so he's fun to watch. I'm glad he's on my side. I know that for sure.
Coach, you mentioned a few minutes ago that it was about as good of a first scrimmage as you could have hoped for. What are maybe some more details about just what made you feel that way and maybe some of the little things that your guys did that you were pleased with? Yeah,
and again, I mean, to me, the first scrimmage is with a new offense, new defense. I think it's all relative. And so have I had better first scrimmages? Yeah. But I think areas, again, where we can improve probably both sides, a couple penalties that are going to be great lessons for us to learn. Not things where we're out of control, just, mentally, we got to gain. We don't need to hold downfield, just things like that. And so I love the lessons that come from a scrimmage like this, where the guys are playing hard. It's pretty clean. Not really very many missed assignments. And so to me, that's what I look at, because we can teach off the tape and talk about timing and execution, not just like, hey, this is the route you're supposed to run, or hey, this is the coverage we're supposed to be in. There was really not much as far as missed assignments, and the guys were in the spots, and now we can really continue to teach technique and continue to build the trust that it takes to be elite, both on offense and defense. All right, thank you. Roll Tide.